Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Utze. Today with a special guest from Belgium. It's CraftyRaf. Hi Crafty, thanks for being here.
Hello, thanks for inviting me, of course.
Yeah, always a pleasure. I've tried, I think, quite a few times, and finally we are here. Today we have the match between your compatriot Fabien Mouton and Horse from Peru. This year is Fabian's rating, top rating 800 something, then quite the downturn into the lower 500s, but currently in the 600s. And then we have in the right tab, there's the Horse, top rating over 700, currently 645. So fairly even game between these two. At least that's what I would expect. How about you, Raf? Do you have any favorite today?
Yeah, favorite, of course, but I hope, of course, Fabien will win it. But I think Horse will be the slight favorite, maybe 55-45%. I hope it will be a nice battle to watch. I hope to see people who take their time for their moves. Always good to see that, so we have time on commenting. Hope for a close battle. I'm hoping for a close battle.
Yeah, definitely. Let me quickly change a bit about your video.
Like this too.
Oh, you're doing it too. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then I don't have to.
No, okay.
Yeah, but if you both do it at the same time, it doesn't work. So let's quickly check. Both lost their opening matches. Fabien versus Erwin. I haven't checked thinking time of Fabien. And then today versus Horse. So both with 0-2. Therefore, it's more or less win or lose. Win or don't qualify for the playoffs because 3-2 with a bad tiebreaker shouldn't work, but we'll see. So let's check. Have they started? They have. So here we go. Fabien with the yellow meeples. By the way, Fabien is correct because he's French speaking, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And I hope I'll remember that later on as well.
You see a blocking move from Horse. It's a restriction, but still 3 tiles that fit there. So nothing to worry about yet.
Yeah, and now we'll see another city next to the monastery, of course. There is one of the 3 tiles that were in the deck when this restriction happened. Fabien, of course, protects, so now only 2 daggers left to go there.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a meeple on that road, but he can take the road now, so that's okay. But maybe I'm too aggressive in the opening.
Nah, I think a meeple over there on the crossroad would have totally fine. Else, if your opponent doesn't get something to close their city, any other curve they would have done this year. And basically, you would have gifted them the loop road. So I think you are totally correct in asking for this meeple.
Fabien also meeple the second monastery.
Yeah,
it's a little bit risky, but still a lot of tiles in the deck, so I like the move.
Yeah, I mean, basically the only problem with this monastery would have been something like this. Else, before blue can do anything that harms both monasteries, you at least get one move to defend. And I like this approach as well. So here we go, monastery liberated. also right priority, going for the city, not leaving this out there, else horse would have snatched this 5-pointer here with only 2 caps to close it.
Yes, indeed. And also, if you meeple the road instead, if you are yellow, you cannot continue it because that would create blocking opportunities for your opponent.
Yeah, I think the other question, if you don't meeple the cap, would have been farmer or not. But to me, the cap sounds fine. And here we go. There is the Dorito dagger for yellow. So close the 8-pointer from the beginning. Looks like Fabian isn't big on small fields, else he would have quite likely added a farmer there already.
I would have added a road meeple, actually. But maybe it's too easy to restrict because there are some tiles that can fully block that square.
Yeah, given that all daggers are gone, I get the hesitation. And there's also the city here. So I guess Fabian prefers to close the city and then hopes to take the road later if blue can't block. Else, if Fabian had taken the road, then the city would be susceptible to an immediate block.
And the road as well. Not to an immediate block, but to a
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. In some cases, both even. This here would have killed both squares. So not taking the road is the cautious approach. And I don't think that's wrong in this case. Even if you might lose 4 points if blue gets the crossroad, but at least you'd get the meeple back and at least a chance to close or defend your city. Here we go. There comes the attack by blue.
Ooh, he has nothing
and
to
they
defend.
are successful. Yeah. So monastery killed and city killed by extension. No dagger left for this square. And even if blue connects here, of course, yellow connects there, well, then their city is dead. And will be worth at most 5 points. There's no horse left. All 3 horses are on the left side, and both road Doritos with shield are gone as well.
Yeah, and because there is no horse left, it would be nice to close your big city or to limit your big city with a city cap. Because if your opponent attacks it, you can fully block the connection with a road.
Yep, like this here.
Oh no, okay. He's defending. But is it necessary?
Yeah, I mean, there's no dagger left. So
yeah.
Looks, at least to me, quite fine.
He also plays the meeple in the field. But it will be hard to win the field because 2 of his meeples are trapped.
Oh, nice one by horse.
Very nice move, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, whatever Fabian plays over here, blue will get an immediate killing option, or might be able to attack the city. And now blue also restricts this one, although Fabian gets at least a tile to save it. Then, of course, has still 5 caps left to close that one, so definitely not bad. Looks like he's thinking about this one. But he doesn't, and I think that's fine.
Very risky move by horse. I don't like it, actually.
That's exactly...
Yeah, to defend.
Exactly the wrong move in this case. Because you give yellow the one and only chance to defend the city. And even if yellow hadn't gotten the monastery, in some cases, they just then get something for their city. And you restrict your square to kill this one. So, not sure I would have gone there. Maybe close it up top first and then later go here.
Yes.
But the good news for the horse is there's only one vanilla left to close yellow city. And I think they didn't hear you laying quite quickly.
Yeah.
Fabian, still 10 minutes left. We just have 20 tiles remaining. Okay.
There was a very nice field invasion opportunity, but maybe not with one meeple in hand. If you place the last straight line that was added by yellow, if you place it one tile to the right horizontally, you can.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, like horse does it. It's very nice. You can meeple the outside, but he doesn't meeple it. Because there are some, sometimes you can use a curve and a monstrous road to score easy points, and you don't want to let it happen as blue.
Yeah, I mean, the problem for yellow is they have to get their first meeple on the field, and then they might think about a second one. But I mean, you talked about this one here, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, then this would have created the sinister hamster. So yellow would have at least have the road monastery. Looks like Raf is gone.
No, this is what is happening.
And he's back, but inaudible.
Okay.
Now you're audible.
Okay, I don't think anything happens on my end. In the game, meanwhile, horse got the vanilla cap, so Fabian cannot finish his big city, unfortunately.
Yeah, and blue took over the field again. But it's still tied, and there are still 2 Doritos left to close the top city, which would be a 4-point swing.
Maybe I would have placed the meeple there on the 7-point road.
Yeah, not sure what's up there. Looks like connection quality. So not sure what that one is about, because this creates another attacking option against the field. And why did blue place this there?
I have no idea. Maybe don't give easy road points to your opponent with tempo, because they could also give 2 extra points to their city. But now
all road Doritos are gone and long gone. So
of course, yeah, of course.
I don't get it at all. Yeah, so yellow closed the city up top, but blue was able to snatch the inside 9-point field, whereas yellow has to live with a 3 or likely 6-point field in the end. Still close, +4 for
I was
blue.
talking about meepling a 7-point road as yellow, but of course that's not possible because it was meepled by blue.
Okay, gotcha.
Very close game.
Yeah. But Fabian needs something here. Only having the last tile in hand at -4 and the meeple down quite likely won't work.
You can take 2 points at the bottom, finishing a city. and hoping for a field invasion last move.
Yeah, would work. And the field invasion might even be unblockable, is unblockable, if blue doesn't do anything about this here. Oh, but he draws the wrong tile and is down 6 points now. There are 6 points on the right side, but if he gets the field, then his opponent would get the remaining cow for at least 3 points. Yeah, 3 points over here as well.
He can place the Dorito under his monastery, and if horse doesn't block it properly, then he can connect with the last cow.
Yeah, I think that doesn't even matter, because I mean, he's down 6 points, and whatever he does can't outscore horse.
Yeah, true.
I mean, this is 1 point, then he could gain another 6, but horse would again at least score 3 with the remaining cow anywhere. So this would end up with 2 points in favor of horse.
Yeah, very close game, close battle. If Fabian gets the vanilla instead of horse, then it's a totally other story. Also, horse was able to be the first one on the big field at the top for 9 points.
Yeah, this year a crucial tile as expected, because if Fabian would have gotten that one, we would have seen a farmer there. So he even goes for this field, which, well, in terms of point scoring is wrong. I guess he had to hope to win the 50-50 flip and get the field on the right side. In terms of winning probability, it doesn't matter at all.
Yes.
Because a loss is a loss, no matter how many points you score. So in the end, we have, what, 6 or 9 points? 5 points difference instead of 2. And in the end, he even took his time. So what did I say? Roughly 10 minutes with 20 tiles left. And now we are at 5 minutes for Fabian. We'll see if his approach for the second game will be different or not.
Yes, I like that he takes his time. Only he should have taken maybe a little bit earlier his time. For example, when he, yeah, it's now too late to commentate on that, but because the second game is probably starting or not.
No, let's check. Not yet, so go on.
If you see the road monastery, the right one,
yeah,
the monastery underneath it, and the city cap to the left of it. Yes, exactly that one. He could have placed the meeple there in the field for 6 points or 6 future points. I think 1 or 2 cities were already finished, but because he didn't do it, blue meeple the field instead.
Yeah.
And that was why blue was ahead in the field.
Yeah. Overall, slightly better tiles for horse. 14 of 22 caps is definitely a nice advantage to have. And even if Fabian got most of the monasteries, didn't really help in the end. But I mean, the vanilla. In the end, it just comes down to the vanilla. So 50-50 didn't work out for him. Let's see if he manages to force the decider here.
And now he meeples the curve. I like it, although it's slightly restricted now, but it's correct to meeple it.
Yeah, although could have gone for this approach here, which would have been safer.
True.
And would have also taken away options exactly like this one. I mean, the starting tile was already in place. Yeah, so blue couldn't have scored 2 road points with the horse if Fabian would have used the curve over here. And details like that.
Also not on top of it, on top of the cross. I think it was still possible at that point. But I'm not sure.
Okay, let me check. All right. Yeah.
You're playing quite fast again.
Yeah, I can't follow. At least not both. So
let me see. Big city fight. Yellow is trying 2 against 1 meeple advantage in the city. That's why horse is now trying to equalize. Nice block from Fabian, but still 3 tiles that fit there.
yeah, and so far nothing to speak of in fields, although there could develop into one. There are still options to extend this and add caps. But this restriction here by horse might take care of any hopes to build up a field there. Fabian protects his monastery on the left, now needs curves in 2 places. Basically needs only the one curve. This square here is shared and would add Fabian only 1 point. And for now, with 2 versus 1 meeples in hand, he quite likely won't place the curve there. But blue gets their dagger. They take the road.
That's a bit questionable, because already 4 crosses have gone out.
Yeah, and 2 additional road ends. There's the 5th crossroad.
About that move, I would have maybe even meepled the city. Protect your road as yellow.
You mean here?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. There are
splitter
still
was not yet in place at that point. Both splitters, so. But maybe it's too adventurous.
There were still 2 starting tiles and 3 daggers, so it's. I actually don't mind waiting for a better fitting piece there, and rather trying to take care of blue's most threatening feature. So taking these 2 points, hoping to get a cap, and then trying for blue's city restriction here. I actually like that. On the other hand, yellow has the meeples, so going over here, setting this one up to take it later, maybe with a starting tile, for example, could have been productive as well. Interesting attack here. 2 extenders and 2 twin caps each left. No big city tiles anymore. Horse gets the road closed. with a little help from this road monastery. So definitely not ideal to just use it as a road end. But
yeah,
for
now
now,
you should work from the right side indeed, the correct side, and that's this one.
Yep, only one dagger left of this orientation from the top side. There would have been 2 left.
Take 4 points with tempo, yeah.
And there are 3 Rotoritos left. Blue gets a perfect tile to defend there, setting up a future 4-point loop. And Fabian needs to get the field.
Exactly. I would have placed that tile 1 to the right because now another field invasion is possible. Like that, or from the left side as well.
Yeah, but the field invasion through the Rotorito is always there, so I don't think that makes a big difference there.
True, but then Horse has to commit his last meeple.
Right. Now Fabian has a big problem. He could go for the extender, but there is still 1 twin cap left to close Blue City here. And if Blue manages that one, it will become tricky for the Belgian to win. And the other option, of course, is to kill this square. But then...
No, I would just add 2 points to my city. At the bottom.
Over here.
Yeah,
okay.
Or maybe even connect the big city at the left. Because not a lot of connection tiles are left.
Yeah. I think the connection on the left side would have been it. Because then you can easily kill Blue's connection there. And these points here, plus possibly closing this city later, would have taken care of the points that Blue would have scored here. Now he's down 6, and again, Blue with the meeple majority.
Yeah, good move. Kill that connection. Ooh, a 9-point field. Didn't see that.
Me neither. Just too fast. And it's game over, right?
But
15 points down.
To finish the city in the middle.
Yeah, right. Okay. This one plus the dagger. Interesting move by Blue, taking away the expansion of this city with extenders. Not sure it was necessary, but why not?
And Blue would have gotten the splitter before Fabian got the connection tile.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that this one was the right choice. I mean, in hindsight, it's easy, but when you have 2 tiles to connect, it's, even if your opponent is the next one to draw, I don't know, 62, 63% chance to connect here.
Yeah, I think it would have been better indeed to connect at the left and then block that connection.
Yeah.
That would have gained a lot of points.
Okay, Horse figuring out what to do. I mean, I don't get this. Folks, churn out moves like there's no tomorrow within seconds, and then on the last 2 turns, they start to think I don't know, 4 minutes. Why? Why not take your time earlier and think about the moves that really move the needle? I mean, it's over now. They should know it, but of course they count, and in the end, might just take these 5 points here. Could also wait for a 6-point field over here, but doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. A field invasion is still possible for Fabian, for the 9-point field. Like this, indeed.
Well, here.
So maybe that's something you should take care of. Although it's over, but...
Yeah, if he wants to be precise,
just
but
put it there.
he can't even take care of it, because Fabian could attack like this or like that, and both connections would be unblockable with the extender.
Good point.
Maybe the horse has already played and it's just BGA acting up. No, it isn't. Yeah, might be the case. Had this yesterday when, Michaels versus Adria, and I think it was even, it was the decider where Michaels basically had the game won, only needed to place one tile, and his clock was running down. Like, I don't know, something was wrong, and it was the penultimate tile, and then on the last tile again, and in both times it was BGA and not Michaels who had the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, not sure what horse is doing here.
He might know. He's experienced enough to not think he's behind right now.
Okay, this does nothing.
Yeah, but this is this
sets up the block. Okay, yeah. Okay, I have to eat my words. This sets up 100% option to kill Fabian's field attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Accurate. And now a 6-point city, I suppose.
Yep. And Fabian then will take the 6-point field. Unless I've missed something else, but I don't think so. Yeah, so precise play in the end by blue here. And in this one, I'm actually not sure where it went off the rails for Fabian.
I'm sorry, you?
I'm not sure where Fabian's game got derailed. I mean, he's lost by 12 points in the end, and it's almost...
It was very close until the moment that the dagger was placed in the middle with the farmer of 9 points.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Although even if Fabian had gotten the dagger, I'm sure he could have taken the 9-point field, but then this would have been his last meeple, right? Let's check. I guess you still have a few minutes, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, looks like BGA has some problems. Okay. Yeah, at this point it was close. Then we have this decision.
Yeah, but if you place it there, indeed, exactly, then you gain 8 points. So you are ahead by 1 point.
Yep.
Your opponent, I don't know which tile he got after it, but your opponent, of course, wants to finish the city at right, top right, because it will also give 4 extra road points in the end.
Yeah, quite likely at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even in some cases, when blue gets a Dorito, they might even use the first one over here instead for the city.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't advise using this one, because then there would be another attacking option available, and this here over here just closes your city, gives you 5 points that nobody can take away. Plus this road, yeah, sure, 3 points to yellow's farmer, but there are options to connect here later, and if not, the 2 versus 1 meeple majority in the end might take care of the score difference anyway. So yeah, I think this year he should have risked it. At least not with this tile. So if he later gets a straight or curve, he could kill this, but I would use the Dorito on the left side.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom. And Tom says that horse got the Dorito on the next tile. Actually, let's check. No, and open the history for all the game.
You can just click next move, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so horse closed this, and the thing I wanted to check was the situation before blue snatched this field. Yeah, pretty good draws for blue indeed, because there was only 1 crossroad left. So any road from the bottom here would severely delay this road or killed it. This move I didn't even see when we were live, so Fabian took away options to attack this. Yeah, it's just too fast for me. I mean, I can play fast. I can play faster than these 2 combined, but comment about the game at this speed. Exactly. I'm just not capable. Yeah, still looks winnable, but problem, of course, is the difference at 6 points and the second meeple here. That's the key, because there are no there are 2 hopes for Fabian at this point. Basically, to pad the field and defend it against attacks. Maybe late attack on a shared ruin on the left side, or hope to draw the dagger late to claim this 9-point field in the middle. But all this is rather unlikely to happen, especially when blue has 2 meeples in hand, and quite surely will get some pieces they could use profitably somewhere.
Yeah, and also blue draws the city cap here, which Fabian could have placed in his field.
Yeah.
He gets a monster instead, but with one meeple you cannot do anything. A second monastery in 3 tiles.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the best draws for him here, that's for sure.
Also, Horse drew a curve to defend his road Dorito, but that curve could Fabian have used, for example, to free up the monasteries, gain 1 point net, and maybe even meeple the 3-point field, hoping for 50-50 of the dagger.
Right, yeah. At least take away this option from blue.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes.
Also, the splitter would have fit nice in Fabian's field, yeah. Of course, Horse played well, nothing to say about that. He played very well with the tiles he had got.
Yeah.
Impeccable win, I think.
Yeah, I think except for this rather adventurous road up top by blue, I don't really have anything to complain about their game here.
No.
Yeah, even in the late stages, going for the city was totally fine. Especially adding this Dorito here to force a decision by yellow. Tom asked whether the bottom attack was a panic move or correct. I think you're talking about this extender, right? Let's check. Correct. I think too, but
I think Fabian still has
situation.
3 tiles, 3 meeples in hand, I think, and he used one of it to attack it. He was also building up this sequence from some moves ago, because blocking that square wasn't really useful, because still 3 Dorito, still 3 daggers that fit there are possible, are available.
I didn't get anything after sequence.
Okay, if you play a few more moves.
Yeah, just one second. There is a curve in yellow's hand, so he
but
of course
now
liberate these 2.
Now he has a field meeple, a meeple advantage of 2, so now you don't do it.
Exactly. So he built this up.
Yeah, but not for this attack with the road, not for a semi-block, because still 3 daggers fit there. But he deliberately does it like this, I think, to try to join the big city.
Yeah, although I would have actually hoped for a Dorito here to restrict into the dagger, and there's only one left.
True.
Instead of trying for this attack, but
what else to do with the curve?
Wasn't possible anymore. Yeah, what else to do with the curve? Would have gone for this field.
Yeah, but maybe he was trying
blue
to restrict it in the other way, like you were saying, so make it impossible for the city to finish.
Yeah, or at least way harder, because there was still 1 dagger left. But okay, I mean, this is actually, it's fine. Either you get a chance to attack it, or you get at least a restriction out of it. And if blue then happens to get 1 dagger, you could either attack or kill them on the next square, because all big city tiles were gone at this point. So a rather easy kill.
Yeah, or what else should you do with the curve? There is only 1 crossroad left, so it's not very good to start a new city, even if it's a new road, even if it's a loop, for example. It's not
well, he
like
could have tried for loop over here without meeple, quite likely.
Yeah.
And set up the city maybe for later. It's not great, sure, only 1 dagger left. But I think this is totally fine. I mean, if not there, I'd rather use it over here. maybe not claim the field, but at least set it up and restrict blue city at least a bit. Yeah, actually, that's not bad at all, because then you could restrict this field to the one and only remaining dagger and play against this one as well. But he got an attacking piece first and, yeah, went for the 50-50. Yeah, Tom asks about this one, and no, Raf and I wouldn't consider this move here, because right now yellow has the meeple majority, blue only has one meeple in hand, so you never give them 2 meeples back, because we are down by 13. We need to score points, and we don't profit from 5 meeples in hand or 4 meeples in hand versus 3, but we definitely do like a situation where we have a 3-1 meeple majority. And
the only other move I see with the extender is meepling the city, the ruin in the middle.
Nah, not really, when it's at best a 50-50 shot. I mean, although, I think you never complete that city, even if you get the dagger.
No, but it takes away the 9-point field, because your opponent will not take it.
Yeah, I got you. Because if blue then goes here, at least they'd give you 1 point. But even then, what good does the 1 point do if you can't close the city, or quite likely won't, because you need a cap over here, and there's only one left when the dagger is gone. And everything else, like this here, is just so unlikely to happen.
True.
And unless, I mean, if you go there and blue tries to block you and then you get the dagger, this would be nice, but come on. Although I saw moves like that quite a lot of times. So pro tip, if there are 2 vulnerable squares of a city, just don't do anything, just wait. Sometime down the road, your opponent will play something in one of these squares, and then you pounce and kill, not before. Because if you do something beforehand that allows them, even with only 1 tile in the deck, to protect both squares, please refrain. Please refrain. Yeah, Tom suggests this one instead. Yeah, it's okay, but we are down 13 points. We need more points than 6. So
I think it's correct what Fabian did.
Yeah, I have to concur. Even if it doesn't work, well, at least he gets 1 chance to kill the city immediately. And for his troubles, might get maybe the other extenders as well, or at least one of them, to then close the 10-pointer, which would be totally fine. Definitely enough compensation for blue's ruin in that case. So yeah, I think it was okay, and quite definitely not a panic move. Because a panic move would imply that this here wasn't a deliberate creation of an attacking platform, and I'm pretty sure it was. So he had both options in mind, and whichever manifested he went for, and in this case it was the attack. Of course, he would have loved to get the twin caps to attack and have 3 versus 1 ratio of success, but wasn't to be, didn't work out. And I think everything else we covered, right? Was there still something in the first game we'd like to or need to check again?
I don't think so. Maybe someone in chat wants to, but...
Yeah. Well, let's ask the chat. So, dear Peanut Gallery, something you'd like us to check out? Else we'll call it a day or stream. Doesn't sound like it, and there aren't many folks left. So then, well, let's cap it here. Thanks for tuning in. Again, thanks to Raf for being here. It definitely was a pleasure. I hope next time we get a match with players that actually take their time to think a bit, which would allow us to, well, analyze some situations a bit deeper,
to give deeper
during the
commentary.
stream. That would be quite nice. Yeah, definitely not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, folks, see you soon. Bye-bye.